So we're back recording. I hit stop on accident, sorry. It is plugged in correctly. What we're going to do is we're going to turn the power on. Power's on. Not getting any amber light. And we have this button over here that has to be pressed in, otherwise nothing will actually work. So I was using tape, and there we go. So you can see that kicked on. So I'm gonna shut it right off because I have the heat set on. And that was it. I had nothing before. Again, if I have to go backwards on this, I will. So basically this is I'm gonna shut the power off. Make sure you shut your power off. You can test with a meter if you have any energy coming in still. I got nothing before you mess around. That's a little door. When your door is closed, it pushes this contact in, and that sets the power to your board. Anyway, I had no power coming to this. The AC stopped working. I thought it was because summertime. It's July 3rd. I thought it was the AC. And I took off the capacitor and realized that it wasn't that, because I tested that. You can watch videos about that on YouTube as well. And I had a capacitor issue before. I happen to have one right here. This is an old one. I just saved it so I could get another part down the road. This is a capacitor, and that was in the air conditioning unit. And this is definitely an old one that's toast. So it wasn't that anyway, because I also fried this as well. Really good. I have incidentally a generator. It was summertime. Try not to do this, folks. It was summertime, and we lost power. I'm like, oh great, we have a generator. So I go hook up the generator and everything, and I forgot that the AC was on, obviously. Summertime. Usually when I lose power, it was always the winter time, and you're not using the AC. So as soon as the thermostat kicked in, boom, fried that part and the capacitor. So I had to figure out what happened and fix those both things. Back to this. This was, my furnace wasn't working. So like I said, I thought it was the AC. Then I realized, well, why don't I try the heat and the fan and see if the fan kicks on, which you just heard didn't kick on. So I'm like, well, it's not the AC then. I still did test the capacitor, and that was fine. So I found this guy, the transformer, and I took a video with another one. Long story short, this one doesn't go to mine, but I bought this one. It will work with mine, as you just saw. And yeah, so connected it all together, put it to the right things, turn your power on. You have to push this button in, and then you'll see that light down here, amber and green. I wasn't getting anything, but you'll see right away. See? And the blower kicks right on. If you want to work on this and stuff like that, I just used a piece of tape, to tape that in. Well, because you can't do that. You need two hands, so I just tape it and stuff like that. Basically, all this is shut the power off. These two didn't need to be used, so I just capped the ends, and I just took the splices from the old one that I had and spliced it to the new one. And mine's 120, and it brings it down to 24 volts. So 120 down to 24. This type of one works for like numerous kinds. So long story short, that's it. It was not the fuse that's in here. Again, this is a Rheem. Again, you can follow these steps that I did. This is the back of your panel, and does it start, and on and on and on. And basically, I went over to this part right here where it says check for 24 volts at IFC, which I did. The IFC is that thing right there. And then check the fuse, I did. Door switch, I did. Transformer, that's where I was next. I also checked the breaker first because I'm not a retard. And it turned out to be the transformer, which that part that I bought was like 25 bucks. compared to, you know, I don't know, whatever they want to charge you to come out here and diagnose this at $75, $100 an hour, and add that up even more, 4th of July weekend, you're not having a good time. On another note, I also have been having a bad day. So I'm just going to bring you back up and show you the old transformer. And I'll bring the, sorry, bear with me. I'm going to bring the multimeter with me so I can show you what I did up there also. So, realized had no AC last night, so we had to sleep in the heat wave. And then when I finally diagnosed what the problem was today, I was like, okay, it's like 90 degrees out. At least I can hop in my truck that has AC and drive and go get the part, cool off some, and be good. Well, never fails. My truck AC died today. So I've been out all day trying to get parts to fix it. So here we are, a little, again, I'm not an electrician or anything like that. It's my multimeter. So basically if you're checking volts, you're going to be there. This is for like a battery. Here's ohms. So I used ohms to check this capacitor. This is the capacitor that I took out of my machine. And you can see on it right here, the primary is 120 volt, secondary is 24 volt. That's what I needed. Well, that's what I bought. This is the one that I have downstairs. It's different from mine because it has 6 wires. Mine only had 4, but it was pretty simple. Your primary 120 volt, black and white, and I need to step it down to 24, so I need to use the blue and green. So I attached the blue and green wires to the red and yellow wires, and obviously black and white to the black and white that you see. And you can see as I turned it on downstairs, it works now. Here's the other capacitor. Looks like crap also, but it does work. And I tested that with, I'm going to change the camera angle a little bit so maybe you can see better. I tested that by using my multimeter, and you can also watch a YouTube video on that as well. But I just went across the terminals and could see that it would go up and down and so on. Actually, gotta go to volts. You can't see what I'm seeing, but maybe you can see it changing. And how you do it is you have to have you have a C right here, then you have the fan, and then you have Rheem right here. It's hard to see because mine's kind of rusty. So you connect your black to the C and then the other one to the Rheem, and it should go up and down quickly, which it does. So this capacitor is good. When I checked the transformer, basically how you can do it is you can take it all off so you can get to the little plugs, and you switch your multimeter to ohms. Again, another YouTube video on there. And when I connected to, I don't know if I can still do it with this. We'll try together if I can get enough metal. And I'm trying to get this so you can see it. There we go. Can we see that? We can see that. Okay. So, if I remember correctly, I had something from the white and black side. Actually, no, it was the red yellow. Sorry, my fault. Red, yellow. And you see how it's 1.6? But we had nothing on the other side. See how it just blinks one? Blinking one is not good, just means it's not getting anything. So even if you change, you know, and move it to, crap, you guys can't see that, sorry. So basically I put the black on the black, and then I put it on the white, and you see is nothing. Switch it to the yellow, nothing. Switch it to the red, nothing, just blinks. Okay, so to make it easy for myself, I'm gonna turn this around if I can get this to stay up, and I'll put the black to red, red to yellow. And you see where it's like 1.3, it's because I'm barely touching. So it has resistance. And so that's telling me that this side is no good. this side was good still. That's how I knew it wasn't working. The other way that you can do it is you put it in volts, you leave the thing plugged in, and you pull those little connectors that look like that. They were just plugged onto the board. You pull them out just a little bit so you can get one of these probes in behind it touching the metal. So you want to make sure that you're on volts, and you touch them. You should have on the black and white side 120, and on the 24 volt side you should have 24, and I had nothing. So I had power going to the board, but nothing from the board coming out to anything else, and that was the problem. That's why it didn't work. That's how I figured out that it was this stupid little part right here. Like I said, it was like 25 bucks. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish putting it all together now, which you guys don't need to see. Trying to think of anything else. Just be careful, take your time. If you don't know much about these, you can, do a little research online on how to use your multimeter as well. Again, I'm not the greatest at this either, and but I figured it out. And they're really handy, obviously, for checking these things, because otherwise how would you figure these things out? YouTube can show you how to do stuff so far, but if you don't have a meter and you actually sit down there and test things yourself, you can't figure it out. So rather than calling somebody to come do it, I'm hoping I can save you guys some time. Again, this is a transformer. I didn't know that before today, or anything about them. I learned a lot by watching some YouTube videos, whatever. They still didn't tell me the whole thing, and there was no guarantee. I felt pretty strong that after I tested this a bunch of different ways that this was the issue. And it was, as you saw when I turned it on downstairs. So if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, please hit me up on YouTube. And I hope this helps some of you guys. Like I said, on your back panel, that's where it shows you this stuff. Make sure you have one of those little pens that I was using that you can test wires for voltage. Make sure before all this stuff you check your breaker on your circuit breaker panel didn't trip or something like that. Make sure, don't forget that if your AC is not working and you want to check the other side, you can turn the heater on and make sure it's 10 degrees above whatever the room temperature is, and the fan on, turn it to on. If you don't hear the fan on, then again, same problem that I just had. I'm not going to say it's this, but you saw on the back of the panel that how it led me to that. Take your time. I think that's about it. So good luck, guys. I gotta get this stuff all back together, and then I gotta work on my truck, which incidentally I'm gonna do that. It's an 07 Nissan Pathfinder, and the blower motor died, I'm thinking, and there's another little part, I can't remember what it's called, transistor. I'm gonna try the transistor first and then that. But anyway, that's a whole other video. Like I said, any questions, comments, concerns, hit me up on YouTube. Thanks, guys. Please rate, comment, subscribe. Thank you.